Happy today. Speaking that your day is serving you well, as always. All right, y'all. So I have this word on my mind, and it's actually been on my mind for quite some time to bring it here to social media because I am so curious to know your take on it. And that word is loyalty. Loyalty. What is your take on the word loyalty? When you hear that word, what is it that you hear? When you define that word, how do you personally and individually define that word? What's your take on loyalty? Go ahead to the comments and share that with me so that I can see how others feel about the word. And so I'm going to share my take on loyalty. First thing is that I'm naturally loyal, y'all. Naturally. I know. That might not be true for everybody, but I am. It's 100% true for me. And what I mean when I say that is this: I do not have to put forth effort to be loyal. It just happens. It's just natural for me. I don't have to try. I don't have to make sure I'm constantly like, okay, let me make sure I'm loyal. In this case, I don't have to do that. It's natural and automatic for me. Okay. My take on loyalty is this. Well, because I am naturally a loyal person, I do want to also say that loyalty means everything to me. Loyalty means everything to me. Okay. Now that that's out the way, but it's just because I'm a natural loyal person. But my take on loyalty is that it never expires. I know. Some of y'all don't agree with that. That's fine. You have your opinion and your take, and I live by mine, right? And which is loyalty does not expire for me. And let me explain what I mean when I say that. So, first of all, I've seen this happen so often. I've seen it happen, in families. I've seen it happen in friendships. I've seen it happen in romantic relationships. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. I've seen it happen in partnerships. I've seen it happen, and I've also experienced it happen as well too, where we fall out, right? We fall out in whatever ship that we're shipping. We fall out. There's some holes in it, or we don't see eye to eye right now. We're just not in a good space. We broke up. We split ways, whatever, right? And then one of the people in that ship decides, well, now is a good time to go tell all of your business. I don't do that. That's not me. People do it all the time. Now it's time to tell all your business. Now it's time. You cheated, so I'm a cheat. You didn't do this, so I'm gonna do that. People are doing things like blabbing your business, being disrespectful, to what you had or have, or people are, just running around just being disrespectful and disloyal because, right? So if there's I'm loyal until, I just feel like that's not loyalty to me personally. That's how I feel. If you're loyal until, I don't get that. But anyway, like I said, I've seen it happen. People part ways, and then all of a sudden, somebody's out telling all your business, intentionally being disrespectful, doing stuff that they know would make you feel disrespected, and so on and so forth. That's not in me personally. Those actions are not in me. That is not what I'm thinking. Okay, that is not my reaction to what has happened. Naturally loyal. Now, once someone shows you that they don't deserve your loyalty, of course you don't just give it up. But if that's the case with me, more than likely, we're not in the same vicinity. I don't have to do that. We're not talking. We're not communicating. Usually, right? Usually. Even if it's when I see you some on site type of situation, I'm still not out here doing all that other stuff. I'm just not. That's just me. All right. So what's your take on loyalty? How do you feel about loyalty? How important is that to you in your life, in your ships? Okay. Share that information with me in the comments. And until next time, keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing.